The House is resumed. Kia ora tātou, no reira, te whare, inga iwi, inga rio, inga hawe, wha tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, katoa. Good evening, honourable members. Good evening. Honourable members, I'm calling on Government Order of the Day number 4.
Whanganui iwi, Whanganui Kaitoki Prison and northern part of Whanganui Forest on account settlement bill, third reading.
Mr Speaker.
I call the Honourable Minister Chris Finlayson.
Mr Speaker, I move that the Whanganui iwi, Whanganui Kaitoki Prison and northern part of Whanganui Forest on account settlement bill be now read a third time. As the introduction to the commentary to the bill says, this is an on-account settlement bill. It's intended to give effect to certain provisions of the deed of on-account settlement relating to the transfer of assets in an on-account settlement of the historic claims of Whanganui iwi. The river and the land claims are yet to be negotiated, although I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do that very soon. Because Whanganui iwi have been waiting for a just and a durable settlement of their grievances, particularly in relation to the river, for many years. And it's interesting actually to look at the history of the river claim. It began in about 1887. Next year will mark the 50th anniversary of their case to the Court of Appeal, and they desperately deserve a good settlement. Mr Speaker, this bill frankly should have passed some months ago, and unfortunately the committee of the whole House stages were evidenced by a very disappointing filibuster from Labour, probably out of spite for Mrs Turia for her courageous and principled stand on the hated Foreshore and Seabed Act. After this debate, what I intend to do is to copy the records of the Hansard of the committee stages and send it to Whanganui iwi. They'll just see how pointless and empty the Labour contribution to the debate during the committee stages was. In 9 years, they managed very few settlements indeed, and all they could do with this on-account bill was filibuster too. And it's interesting that Mr Robertson's in the House, because I know he thinks he's the very sort of, as it were, apotheosis of the art of filibustering because of his little Royal Society bill. But the filibustering over that bill is nothing compared to what they did in this bill. And I'm very disappointed in Mr Horomia, because he and I take a bipartisan approach to these negotiations, and he's basically a good bloke, but I have to say that the contribution during the committee stages was pitiful. It's a very short bill. As I said, it's an on-account bill, and we really must move on, so I commend the bill to the House.
Mr Speaker.
I call the Honourable Parakura Horomia. Tēnā